Welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Shout out to Powdered Toast Man. Today we're going to talk about entrepreneurs having a growth mindset. A growth mindset. Now, what does that mean? That means during the entrepreneurial journey, you may be faced with opportunities that knock on your door, or you may see and discover that would allow you to grow. Now, what happens when you face those opportunities? Sometimes you have self-limiting beliefs about facilitation, delivery, how you would do it, how you would execute. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you'll over-worry, right? But that worrying is almost it's disabling your ability to actually achieve those goals that would take you to that next level that most entrepreneurs want to hit. And we want to discuss some of those things today when it comes to like driving more sales, building more infrastructure to handle more sales, hiring more people to handle more sales.
It's all about sales.
That's what it comes down to, is more sales. So when you're growing from a sales standpoint, okay, not an offering or product standpoint, but when you're driving more revenue, there is a result. It's not exactly like, like you're selling subscribers, you're selling an app to subscribers and the moon, you can go to the moon with subscribers, no problem. But when you're talking about businesses that require physical facilitation, construction, development, coding, design, bunch of things, it requires more labor. And it's that labor and some of those things that an entrepreneur will think about that will hold people back. So Jake, if you want to chime in here about...
I think it's... I kind of want to add on to that. I think it's a lot more than that. Sales is the lifeline. It's the blood and the lifeblood. Is that the right word? Sales is the lifeblood of any business growing, right? I mean, an idea, you have to sell it to certain people. You have to sell it to your demographic, to potential investors, whatever it may be. Sales is the lifeblood, but there's a lot of aspects to a business outside of sales, R&D, development, research. I mean,
new products, new markets,
growth, just so many different aspects to a successful business. The marketing piece of it, making sure you're getting your name out there, which is also a part of the sales. But at the end of the day, being the person who's driving the boat, being the person who has to make all these decisions, being the person who is dependent on to take care of all these people that you're hiring and all that stuff, you have to maintain a certain mindset through good and bad in order to make sure and to almost guarantee that whatever business you're doing is going to be successful. That growth mindset it's not something you can buy. It's not something and pieces of it is not something that everyone can learn or everyone's, born having. It's not a characteristic that everyone has, but some people that have that mindset are very successful. And now, so breaking down what that is just true, like, it's, how do I explain? Okay, let's just take a step back. When owning and building a business, there's a lot of very difficult and high pressure, very intense and, decisions and movements that have to be made and done. And going into those decisions, into those big pivotal points and going into anything, having a bad mindset, like you mentioned, a barrier mindset or a limiting mindset or a mindset that is paranoia or just whatever it may be, it's not the right mindset in order to make the right decisions. And that's why a lot of, people will say, the most successful people take the biggest risks, because to a regular person, and I don't even want to call it regular, but to anyone who doesn't own a business or have that
just
mindset, just an average person doesn't have that loose bolt, if so to say, doesn't have that mindset that you need in order to take these big risks in order to maintain the in order to balance those risks. And so that's kind of what, we're going to break down, is what that mindset looks like, how it looks in certain scenarios. And, maybe someone relates to that. Maybe someone can learn from that, but it's something definitely that it's a characteristic in certain people that they just get from birth, I think.
Yeah. You have to have, like I said, I say all the time, is as an entrepreneur, you should keep your eyes and ears open. Now, what do I mean? That's part of having a growth mindset, is growing and evolving and getting better. Getting better. Don't stay stuck in your ways and just think, oh yeah, I'm entitled to this. Everyone's gonna want the bullshit I'm selling. Things change. That's not always the case. So as you're running a business, you want to keep your eyes and ears open to think of, okay, as a business, how could I grow? How could I get into other markets? How could I serve or help somebody solve this problem over here? Well, I could access this thing and then create it into a product over here and then offer this thing to this group of customers that maybe I never would have worked with before if I didn't have that growth mindset. What I'm saying is you have to have an open mind. Open mind. What does that mean? That means that you're open to new ideas, new processes, new tactics, new technologies. You're not stuck in your ways like an elderly man, chewing on a cigar, going, Those motherfuckers, they meet their day. And I've seen it. Zoom into my mouth. Those motherfuckers, those close-minded those people set in their ways that don't want change and don't want progress, they will meet their day of doom.
Yeah.
Doom.
A big part of that open-mindedness and finding those new opportunities is that is game changing for anyone in their entrepreneurial journey. Open-mindedness is one of those it has to do with one of those barrier mindsets, right? When you're not open-minded and you're closed off to opportunities or ideas or whatever it may be, that's going to hold you and your business back.
I see it all the time.
Further than you can ever imagine. And even when finding new businesses, right? So I mean, like
Homeboy in Connecticut.
Exactly.
That guy where we met with this business and his two kids were freaking out, so angry, so bitter, and we sit down with the owner, and this guy. He's closed-minded. Put it this way: Janet wasn't there.
He's stuck in his ways.
Janet wasn't there, but he was like, I haven't done no marketing in 40 years. And I'm like, okay, you haven't done what you're supposed to do. I don't know if that's something to be proud about. There is no pride in there's no pride in bragging about not doing something responsible for your business. Promoting your business is something you should be doing, right? His own children were frustrated. And I was like, so where are your sales at? He's like, 3 million. I was like, where were they 10 years ago? 3 million. That is a problem. So that's being closed-minded to doing anything different.
Yeah, I wanted to say this.
Hanging a shingle.
This is not. So we're not saying because he didn't go with us. It's the fact.
No. It's the neglect and the irresponsibility. The irresponsibility.
That he didn't want to grow his business.
He doesn't have to work with us. He doesn't have to work with us. And I respect if somebody doesn't. Whatever. But I was thinking of something funny to say. I'm not going to say it. They can work with us and whatever. It is what it is. But our issue.
It's just the idea of him not moving forward with something that'll benefit and grow his business. Yeah. Now, I get it. If you want to stay at $3 to $5 million a year, good margins, you're probably taking home a good amount of money. But like, if it was me with my kids, I'd blow that shit up to 10 million and then have them blow it up to 20 million. That's the difference.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that's kind of a piece of the mindset that we're talking about. Is like there's that barrier. We're good.
But also
we're good where we're at. You halt.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the people who have that open mind. Oh, interesting.
It's
You
a
fucking
self-limiting
skyrocket.
belief. Now, there
Exactly.
is a known factoid that when a business hits $3 million, they hit
a certain type of business.
they hit comfort zone. Because
Margins are good. You're taking home a couple $100,000 a year. Fantastic.
your
You're making
overhead,
money. Good.
You're controlling your overhead. You're bringing
Buy a
home
house.
you're bringing home some good cake, and you get comfortable.
But that growth mindset says that's not enough fucking cake.
Yeah,
that's not enough
there you go.
fucking cake.
It's not enough cake.
There's
I
not
want-
enough cake in that.
I want cake.
in that fucking box.
I want powdered toast man eating cake. Use AI right now.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Powdered
you
toast
could.
man eating cake.
That's the big that's the big difference between someone who's optimistic and who wants to go out and get those opportunities and someone who's got that barrier mindset. But there's also a thing called blind optimism. Now that goes back to the risk management.
Yeah, if you're too loosey-goosey, loose cannon, and
Your cash flow is going to be so off, you're fucked.
you're betting the whole farm on one thing, not that responsible.
Yeah, absolutely. And now there's also outside of the opportunities, there's also certain things within the business. We've talked about delegation. Don't be afraid to hire, because when you hire, as long as you find the right people, your business grows with the hire. As long as they have the right mindset, right, that you promote with them, as long as you find the right people who have the right goal, the same goal as the business, all that stuff, it kind of intertwines, right? Delegation is another piece. I mean, I don't know. This is part of the growth mindset, because you want to continue to grow. Get people in the door and part of your team. Build that team that'll help you reach the stars, right? One person doing it is very rare. Two people doing it is it can happen. But two people with a big team, that's just there's no limit. The sky's the limit. There's no limit. But on the other side, in the business, I want to talk about what Steve Jobs said, which is something really cool. Noise versus signal. Noise being noise encompasses all the bullshit in your day, right? Your calendar has 30 different things on it that don't benefit the business. Now, this is the difference between a cloudy mindset and a clear, focused, sharp mindset. Is some people right now, their calendars and their days full of noise, right? Where your day needs to be focused and encompassing signal. I said that wrong. Signal encompasses the things that truly benefit the business, the things that have meaningful weight to them, the things that bring in more sales. It's that you need to understand the difference between noise and signal, and that's a big thing that Steve Jobs mentioned. Is I don't remember the exact things that he said, but there's a huge difference. And once you hire people to take care of that noise, you can focus on that signal. Once your calendar gets rid of all that noise, then you can focus on the signal, the shit that matters, the shit that encompasses the business growing. That's a huge part with growth. You got to make sure that your brain is focusing on those important, impactful, weighted decisions and tasks. Whereas the noise is handled by something else. That noise may be important. It could have a small piece. It's all different small pieces of the whole thing growing or reaching a certain direction. But that noise isn't always good for the owner, for the person with that mindset.
Do me a favor and think about the last time you went to the ocean, the beach. The waves are coming in. You're kind of away from all the riffraff with all the kids and people flying kites. Nothing wrong with that. But if you go to a section of the beach that's a little bit more peaceful, right? Just look out in the ocean and you hear the waves, right? You will notice something. Feet in the sand, you'll notice that your mind kind of clears after a point, and you start thinking a little bit more clear, more concise, with a little bit more direction and more open-minded. This is what happens to me at the beach. If I'm kind of just spacing out, looking out of the water, your mind starts to open up. And this is a great example of the noise that us as human beings in civilized society have to deal with. Social media, video, doing this stuff. And it's just constant, like, I got to get this done. I got to go meet with these people. And you're just constant. But then if you actually separate yourself from that for just a minute, an hour, whatever, it's very healthy for you to clear your mind and just kind of zen out. Just zen out. Zen.
Absolutely.
It's very, very good for you, and it allows you to open up your mind more. But one more thing I want to talk about is, let's say you decide to grow, whether it might be creating a new product, a new offering, growing sales, growing staff, investing in a technology, whatever it might be, don't overthink it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Habitual chin rubbing slows you down. That is drag. I don't care what you think. Too much chin rubbing is an issue and can allow you to go to market late, or you're late to the game. Oh, hey, I want to join this party too. Hey guys, what? This is like totally 5 years ago. What are you doing? If you think too much about an upcoming trend that you know that could be profitable for you, that chin rubbing is called planning paralysis. Don't do it. It will hold you back. Now, there's nothing wrong with calculated brainstorming, a little bit of a risk assessment, analyzing, but there's a balance.
Yeah. So I want to build off that. Some people don't have that much balance, and I'll admit that. I believe that the person quickest to the fucking opportunity, quickest to get out there to start.
I just watched the whole thing about it.
You'll appreciate what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
The quickest to get out there, get people in the door before the thing is fucking built. The people that know how to, that have that craziness a little bit, who know how to get out there, get in front of people, sell that thing, make the business. Those are sometimes the most successful people. People who find an opportunity and go to fucking market. Just go, run. Sometimes those people, I'll admit it, don't have the best risk management.
Yeah, so
that's why partners.
Well, I just want to be upfront. So I'm not going to say anything.
Well, no,
I'm not going to say anything. But we're working on a revolutionary product that will completely, and this is something new,
$1 billion idea.
This is something new, and we made the right contacts with the right people, and it is mind-blowing. Is there a boom on here? We have no booms. It is mind-blowing. We mentioned it to somebody. Now, this is about having an open mind. Like, yeah, we run a digital agency. We help companies grow. We use digital strategies.
Scaling.
But this is a completely new product, like so new, and we're utilizing something very different that will solve a problem that a sector of an industry deals with on a daily. So there's a pain point, there's an issue. By rolling this solution in, like one of our ads Jake designed, it says, you can relax now. Because it was a very stressful, laborious, time-consuming thing that people had to do, and it made people insane in a certain industry.
Still do.
Every person we talk to, every person Jake talks to, they go, what? Wait.
Lean in.
They lean in. And I was at a Starbucks with a guy, and we're talking about the regular stuff, better, faster website, traffic, ads, you name it.
Blowing up your brand, whatever.
You know, the social media stuff. And, a lot of people have heard this before, okay? But then...
Yeah.
Then,
wait, I want to talk about... Wait, I want to preface this a little bit. You got to
put sunglasses on me.
So, wait. Okay, all right, just go.
Then he heard the new product, and he goes, wait,
ready, put it on me. He goes, oh, yeah. And then he mentioned it.
Yeah. So
he goes, what? He goes, wait. No fucking joke. He goes, wait. That's cool. I want that. That's verbatim. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, so everybody's responding like that.
Every fucking one.
So I have some contacts, and I had to do a quick trademark check because we came up with a really cool name. I had to make sure. We had to check some other things.
We had to do a lot of risk management.
Yeah, we had to do some diligence. We had to do some due diligence to make sure everything was kosher, everything was clean, and okay to move forward with.
So that's why. So there's different types of mindsets, right? There's that person who jumps and fucking goes and runs and starts sprinting. Because if there's an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur who has multiple businesses out there, you know that fucking feeling when there's that new opportunity that shows itself. It matches, it encompasses convenience, right? It saves time. There's a lot of margin. There's a lot of things in there that's built to build a huge business.
Solves
right?
a big problem.
Solves a big problem. Whatever it is, you know that feeling, that thing sparks in your head where you're like, okay, let's fucking go. That's why it's good to have partners who are good with risk management. Because sometimes those people who just run and gun, you know, they find themselves in situations where they're like, oh fuck, I didn't expect this. and so that's why that's what I was talking about the difference between blind optimism and risk management.
I was like, hold those horses.
Okay, settle down, you two.
So just to wrap up, make sure if you're an entrepreneur and you want to take your business to the next level, you got to make sure you prepare to energize yourself with a cool, crisp, smooth Starbucks cold brew nitro. They are not a sponsor. You see, when I'm creating podcasts out on the road, guiding business owners towards new levels of success, nothing beats a nice, cool, refreshing Starbucks Nitro. One sip.
That was more of like a fucking gulp.
Highly recommended to all the entrepreneurs out there that want to. Oh, it's that time of the year. July 4th is over. Time to wake up. Let's go. It's not vacation time anymore. Get off the beach. Answer your phone. Answer your email, you son of a bitch. July's over. July 4th is over.
Before we cut it out,
Potty time is over.
if you're or you know, this is going to be the logo, big orange trucks and logos like this all around. This is the new shit. You're gonna be addicted. This is it. Find out, month and a half, launch to the mass market. Thank you so much for joining us today on a Real Business Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time we post an episode. Peace out.